Lan Wangji slowly shifted away. Wei Wuxian secretly sighed in relief and had just pushed himself up from the ground when Lan Wangji grabbed his collar and wrapped it tightly around his neck, thoroughly concealing his collarbones. Then, with reluctant movements, he smoothed out Wei Wuxian's robes, layer by layer, fastening them properly. He remained silent the whole time, like a child who had been forced to spit out a piece of candy just as it reached his mouth. He gazed longingly for a moment before carefully rewrapping it in its paper, swallowing dryly, his heart full of unwillingness as he stashed it away, yearning for the next chance to taste its sweetness. Wei Wuxian gradually became fully dressed again. The moment he was released, he bolted, as if granted a pardon. Lan Wangji, still sitting on the ground, adjusted his own robes and watched him dash off like the wind, feeling somewhat dazed, like a foolish hunter who had been sweet-talked and tricked by a clever prey. It was nearly half an hour later when Wei Wuxian finally shuffled back in, a stack of letters in hand. "Where did you go?" Lan Wangji's fingers, which had been tracing the Buddhist scriptures, paused slightly. The question was unnecessary, and a hint of dissatisfaction tinged his tone. Clearly, his real concern lay elsewhere. However, the careless Wei Wuxian didn't catch the hint of warning. He casually said, "I have gone to the ceremonial hall," and focused on reading the letter. He looked utterly content, a light smile spreading across his lips like ripples on water, completely oblivious to the person approaching from behind. The writing on the letter was delicate and elegant, clearly from a woman's hand. The paper was not plain white or slightly yellow, but a pale pink. The high-quality paper had several small pink pressed flowers embedded in it and a lingering fragrance that evoked a sense of elegant and picturesque springtime thoughts. A voice with an uncertain emotion reached Wei Wuxian's ear. "Who is the letter from?" Wei Wuxian was slightly taken aback, then replied without looking up. "Miss Ah Fei, from the Yang family of Huai-An." "The Yang family of Huai-An." Lan Wangji's brow furrowed slightly. Lan Wangji naturally recognized this family. Huai-An was close to Gusu, and the Yang family had good relations with the Lan family. When Lan Wangji was seeking a bride, he had met the eldest daughter of their family. A drop of water lightly condensed in his thoughts, stir memories like a dragonfly touching the surface of the water. Wei Wuxian, oblivious to Lan Wangji's unusual reaction, cheerfully finished reading one letter and casually picked up another from the thick stack, pulling out the paper to read. Lan Wangji's hand moved to the desk, and the familiar name on the sender's address caught his eye. Wasn't this the girl he had met during his bride search? Lan Wangji was slightly surprised. "You know them," Wei Wuxian replied. "Yes, I met them during your examination for choosing a bride." Lan Wangji pondered, raising his eyebrows slightly. "You are very familiar with them?" Wei Wuxian said, "Of course I'm familiar with them. We attend classes and finish school together every day. We go to the dining hall to eat together. Without them, I wouldn't know how to pass the time this month. Luckily, they were there to chat with me and relieve my boredom. Otherwise, I would have gone crazy from boredom." Lan Wangji's voice carried a hint of dryness. "What do you do together with them?" Wei Wuxian said, "Just chatting. What else could we do? Sometimes we do some needlework together and sometimes practice other things. I play the flute and they play the guqin. You know, Miss Ah Fei is also skilled at chess. They have many talents and taught me a lot of enjoyable things. When I was at Lotus Pier, the junior sisters and brothers were all busy fighting and making a fuss, but these girls from noble families are really different. They have grace in both movement and stillness, each with their own features. I gained a lot of knowledge from them. Oh, and occasionally we would go to Chei town to buy some small trinkets such as hairpins, rings, and fragrant creams as tokens of appreciation." Lan Wangji's patience began to wear thin. "Did you also give them gifts?" Wei Wuxian replied, "Yes, and some specialties from Yunmeng, the same ones I wanted to bribe you with. But you, being a stubborn person, didn't appreciate it." Lan Wangji seemed to be holding back a wave of emotion and remained silent. As they talked, Wei Wuxian opened a few more letters. Seeing Lan Wangji silent, he thought he was bored and continued speaking. I even invited them to visit Yunmeng. But because I had just got married, they thought I would be busy, so they didn't disturb me. Now that I'm free, it might be a good time to invite them over. However, I wouldn't trust Jiang Cheng to host them. Do you think I should personally return to Yunmeng to fulfill my duty as a host? And you could come along if you want. Though I know you don't like lively crowds or mingling with girls. If you don't want to come, that's fine, I will. How many? The sudden question left Wei Wuxian stunned. He turned his head to see Lan Wangji's stern face. How many? What do you mean? Suppressing down a heavy breath, Lan Wangji reluctantly opened his lips. How many girls did you give gifts to? Even someone as obtuse as Wei Wuxian couldn't miss the wave of jealousy rolling in. He blinked and then burst into laughter, rolling into Lan Wangji's arms. Ergaga! Are you jealous? Lan Wangji glanced at him and stiffly replied, No. You still say you're not? Wei Wuxian extended a finger and scratched Lan Wangji's chin. Don't be so dishonest, second young master Lan. I've caught you breaking the rules this time, but what's there to be jealous about? I also gave gifts to you, didn't I? What? Is it only okay to give gifts to you and not to others? Lan Wangji grabbed his hand, remained silent with pursed lips.
If you wish to experience the full, unedited storyline, please click the link below. Feel easy to click the link to watch the full uncut version.